I am Alberto Grignolo, Corporate Vice President at Parexel, discussing the innovation imperative, the future of drug development, a report prepared by the Economist Intelligence Unit and commissioned by Parexel. Drug development today is arguably inefficient, too slow, and certainly too costly. We therefore decided to turn to an independent third party, the Economist Intelligence Unit, to do some research. The EIU research focused on adaptive clinical trial designs, clinical trials that used precision medicine, trials that were patient-centric, and trials that used real-world data. The EIU research examined the impact of these four innovations in three therapeutic areas: oncology, central nervous system, and rare diseases, and in four regions of the world: the US, Europe, China, and Japan. The report found that there was a measurable improvement in likelihood of launch in the range of 10 to 21% for drugs that used these innovations during development compared to drugs that did not. In addition, the report found a greater efficiency in clinical trial execution as a result of using these innovations, and specifically a higher speed of patient enrollment in clinical studies during development. The EIU report had a striking finding, and that is that the adoption rates of these four innovations, which the report shows had a measurable impact on likelihood of launch, were actually rather low. The adoption rates of these four innovations range between less than 1% to 14%. This is striking because one would expect these innovations, impactful as they seem to be more widely adopted. The research points to four enabling factors that could facilitate the adoption of innovations in drug development, and they are advanced data analytics, the readiness of the workforce, collaborative partnerships among silos that are currently disconnected, and finally, early engagement with both patients and payers to ensure the ultimate success of launch and the benefit of drugs to patients. This research translates into a four-part call to action. Number one, there is a need to foster innovation in clinical trials and to measure the impact of those innovations. Number two, there is a need to invest in the workforce of tomorrow in order for all of us to be able to deliver on the promise of drug development and the promise of innovation and big data. Number three, there is a need to collaborate in order to be able to innovate. And so all of these stakeholders in drug development need to collaborate ever more closely, ever more tightly going forward. And finally, there's a need to connect people and data silos to be able to leverage the great power of big data as they exist today in order to facilitate drug development and bring medicines to patients that need them.